He found himself abandoned by the very religion that was meant to save him. Come on, watch with us now.
As a 15-year-old pastor's kid, Jeremiah knew that going for God was right and longed to know God the way he was meant to be known. However, opposition arose from a most unlikely source that eventually took Jeremiah down a dark, lonely path in the opposite direction.
Well, I remember ever since I was young, I really wanted God. We went to a family camp. There were a lot of kids my age there, and a lot of kids really pressing in for God, wanting Him, hungering for God. And that's what I wanted. A group of us really experiencing the living, true God. We're pressing in, going for Him with all our heart. But some of the adults and leaders, they said it wasn't God. And that was real hard for me because I thought it was so hard to get to that spot in the first place for me. I really thought I was getting God.
Believing that it was not possible to find God in a way that felt real, Jeremiah looked for other ways to find purpose and meaning in life.
I wanted my life to count for something, so I started going to school. And I thought maybe the hardest thing I could think of to do was to be a doctor. I thought, this was gonna make a difference. I was helping people, but still I was empty. I got into a state of depression, and the only option left, I turned to drugs. I started doing drugs, still going to school, still working at the hospital, but doing drugs, and no one even knew. I was just there, an empty shell. And I would think of committing suicide, but I was already dead.
One night, sitting alone in a dark room, Jeremiah remembered the ministry of Stephen Cathy Gray and words his mother had said.
She would talk about what Steve Gray would say, that it's not maybe that you don't want God, it's just maybe you're fed up with dead religion and you can't stand the religious system that's powerless to help you. And I knew that was it. I started to come to Pastor Steve and Cathy's church, and I started to get hope again. Like maybe there is hope. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe God could be found.
That hope was enough for Jeremiah. His life dramatically changed as the power and presence of God that was denied him years before was suddenly available without restraint.
I remember back when I was so low, so gone, that I didn't think I'd ever amount to anything. But I get to do so much for God. I've experienced Him. I've experienced the living God. I know Him, and this overwhelms me sometimes, that He allows me to work for Him, to go for Him, to be something in life when I really should be nothing. And I can't express enough how grateful I am for that.
Millions of people are trapped in a religion that expects them to be good, but lacks the power to help. You may not even go to church, but still you're trapped trying to be good.